The COVID-19 pandemic may be the defining story of 2020, but it's not the only one.
Over the weekend, the so-called murder hornets were trending on social media.
Now, when the protesters first blocked off the intersection, people were managing.
Tonight, wildfires have displaced more than nearly 200,000 Californians.
Investigators say a Tampa teen was the mastermind behind a massive Twitter hack.
Night 4 of the Democratic National Convention.
It's the Republicans' turn to take center stage.
Still a Category 1, maybe making landfall as a tropical storm.
So what happened to all those stories that made national headlines before the global lockdown? Like the Takata airbag recall.
If you drive a Toyota, there is yet another recall. The company's recalling millions of cars to replace potentially deadly Takata front passenger airbag inflators.
About 63 million Takata airbags were recalled. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration warned people defective airbags can cause serious injuries or death. Even today, people still haven't taken in their cars to get airbags replaced.
The unfortunate thing is that 12 million cars are still on the road right now.
Takata inflators can explode with so much force, and it hurls shrapnel into people inside the car. At least 23 people have been killed worldwide, and hundreds have been hurt.
People aren't getting these recall notices, or they don't realize how serious this is, how deadly this can be.
Jerry Cox was hired in 2014 as a consultant for the company. He says he warned Takata's leadership team that its airbags were dangerous. Jerry and I talked about the moment he says he realized his warning to Takata executives fell on deaf ears.
It was apparent that there were some reporters who were asking questions of experts, explosives experts, about the suitability of ammonium nitrate. So they hired me in January of 2014. We took another stab after Tokyo turned down the Truth Squad proposal in January. We took another stab at it again in October of that year, and Tokyo made the same decision all over again. And then in December, we had one last chance, as I put it, one last chance to save the company. And the executive vice president of the U.S. operation couldn't find anybody in executive leadership who would even listen to it. And so we decided mutually that this company was a dead man walking, and just mutually agreed to part.
A Honda driver was hurt when a Takata airbag inflator ruptured in 2004. Since then, dozens of lawsuits were filed against the company. In November 2014, a month before Jerry Cox left Takata, Takata issued a statement to the New York Times. It denied accusations by two former employees who claimed the company tested airbags in 2004 and found defects they didn't report to federal regulators. The company said, quote, Takata did not suppress any test results showing cracking or rupturing in the inflators. But its tune later changed. In 2017, the company pleaded guilty to criminal wrongdoing over its airbag inflators. Prosecutors said Takata gave automakers false test results to get them to buy faulty inflators. On June 25, 2017, Takata filed for bankruptcy protection. Whatever was left of the company was acquired by auto components maker Key Safety Systems in a $1.6 billion deal. The combined company now goes by the name of Joyson Safety Systems, which did not return multiple calls or emails asking what it's doing to ensure its airbags are safe today. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration confirmed defective Takata airbags were responsible for 16 deaths in the United States, and at least 250 people have reportedly been injured by these airbags. The deaths and injuries inspired Jerry to write the book, Killer Airbags.
They put them in cars like the 2002 Honda Civic, and just 3 years ago, a young woman here in the Tampa Bay area, a woman named Nicole Barker, was killed in a horrific situation. There have been cases where they have gone off without an accident. Ordinarily, what will happen is the system will detect a collision. It could be like Nicole Barker's collision, it could be just 30 miles an hour. If it detects that collision, it sends an electronic spark into the explosive. And I just happened to come across a photograph of a man named Joel Knight, who was driving a Ford Ranger pickup. And he had a little altercation with a cow on a country road. All he hit was a cow, and it wasn't, he wasn't going particularly fast. His seatbelt held him exactly where he should be, and all it did was set him up to be slaughtered by his airbag.
The likelihood of a faulty Takata airbag deploying all depends on where you're located in the United States and how humid it is outside.
There's also a map, and the map shows where the explosions have taken place. And if you look at Florida, it's just blood red. You know, everywhere from Florida over to Houston is just like this crescent of death that that has occurred because of the humidity levels and because of the speed with which these things deteriorate. The only reason I'm taking the risks involved with this book is to save people's lives. I was not able to look myself in the mirror. I could not live with the idea that every time I'd pick up the newspaper, I'd find somebody else that had something happen like Nicole Barker. Every time something like that happened, it was an enormous emotional upset to me. So it was a moral obligation to get out there and save people's lives.
You can check to see if your car is on the recall list by visiting nhtsa.gov/recalls. All you have to do is enter your vehicle identification number. Now, if you find that your car is on the recall list, just call your local dealer and it will be repaired for free. And as an extra safety measure, you can also sign up for recall alerts for any future recall affecting your car.